Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the MLW Network and me, Nickens, and I'm having a one-on-one today with number two overall pick in this past year's draft, Caden Irwin. Caden, how are you doing today, man?
Good. How are you? Happy to be here.
Yeah, good. Just having a fun day as per usual. Um, so, Caden, a lot of people, including myself, were pretty surprised to see your name come up in the draft. I don't think pretty much anybody knew too much about you unless you were, probably in the know in the MLW. So how did all this come about to where you being in Ohio and now playing in the MLW? How did that all come to be with Tommy?
So Tommy he messaged me. I think it was on Instagram. I'd have to go look or Twitter or something. And he was like, "Hey, I saw that your name was on a draft board, which I didn't know there was a draft board, so that was pretty cool." And I was just happy to be on it first. And then he was like, "I'm thinking about maybe taking you at 2 this year. I'm not sure." This was like a month or two before the draft actually happened, so
Mm-hmm.
I knew that I was on someone's radar, and no one else was DMing me or anything, like any of the captains. So I kind of figured okay, so it's either gonna be Tommy or no one probably. Um, and then he texted me or DM'd me again and was like, "I think I'm gonna go with you at 2, and as long as your availability is okay, and hopefully you can hit and pitch and everything like it seems on camera," because he didn't know me much either. So because I knew nobody in the league until my first series. I've never met any of them in person. So
Oh wow.
yeah, so I didn't know, they don't know them at all. So it was kind of just through virtual stuff. Like I FaceTime with Tommy a couple times, to just see where I was at. And yeah, so I mean, I never met them until this past Friday when we had our first series. So meet everybody finally.
Yeah, that's going to be really interesting because I remember them talking about like the way it all worked is that they all the captains got together and then just put people on like a big, so not the team roster board. So like there's a separate list of
Yeah.
everybody who's available. And so
Yep.
somehow somebody knew you.
Right.
Whether somebody had to know you, and apparently Tom, it was either Tommy or somebody else. But yeah, so and I guess the reason why they must have known you is because you played in United Wiffle, so kind of like I mean, like that's probably one of the top level of competition. So like, how did
Yeah.
you get into wiffle ball in the first place to be able to play stuff like that?
Yeah, so it's kind of a funny story. So when I was little, I always played in the backyard, for fun, and it wasn't anything serious. We didn't have any set rules. We just kind of went out there and were messing around. There's some pictures of me from when I was really little playing, and I didn't play wiffle ball for a long, long time until I went into college at Cincinnati my first year. And one of my buddies texted me. He was like, "Hey, I play in this club wiffle ball league." And I kind of laughed at him at first, and I was like, "Club wiffle ball? What in the world are you talking about?" And he was like, "I need somebody to come play." And I was like, "All right, I mean, I can do it." And I showed up, and I just loved it. It was so much fun because I played baseball in high school, and it was a blast.
Mm.
And I just was the addiction kind of started from there.
The
Because
addiction.
I love it. It's so much fun. It's a blast to play. No matter how you play it, it's so much fun. And so when I transferred back home from Cincinnati, which is Sylvania, Ohio, right on the Michigan Ohio border,
Mm-hmm.
I was looking for leagues close to me that I could join, and I found WSEM, which has kind of been coming out a little bit on some accounts.
So you got involved into that league, and
Yep.
then what happened? So how did that evolve? For how long did you play in that, and what did you do for that?
So I started playing in that in 2019 was my rookie year, and then I mean I was kind of good, not top of the line or anything. I had good numbers, not great. And so I came back after, I guess you could call my sophomore year of wiffle ball, and then they kind of asked me because they make an all-star team basically in our league, and then we go play in tournaments. So they asked me the next year, which was this past year, to go play with them in the NWLA tournament.
Mhm.
which was an awesome experience. It was really cool. I didn't get to play a ton, but it was awesome to be there. And then United Wiffle kind of came about, and we made a team as well for that. And I got invited to go to that one, and I got to play a lot. So that was awesome. That was the coolest tournament ever. It was in a minor league stadium. I got to see like all like the famous like wiffle ball guys that you see like in the top 100. Um, Anybody you can think was good at wiffle ball, except for like a handful of people, were there. It was awesome.
Wow. I watched like Wiffle Statement, and I think I saw that tournament video on
Yeah,
there. So if you were filmed, I probably saw you on there and didn't even realize that.
yeah.
So
I think one of my hits was on there, so that's my claim to fame, I guess.
yeah, that's what caught the scouts.
Yeah, exactly.
So you got there with like Steffi or like Wiffle Boy 28 and like
Yeah,
gosh, what are the guys who
Jordan Robles was there.
yeah.
You've probably seen him in a couple videos. I mean, there's a ton of guys over there. Toast, everybody you can think of that plays wiffle ball was there pretty much, except for MLW, of course. But
Yeah, which is sad, but maybe
yeah,
one.
I mean, yeah,
But they do play like a little bit of a different style. So kind of going into
yeah,
that, like you played your your first game this past Friday. So we saw first game one is already up.
yep.
So I kind of want to get into one like how do you feel like everything transferred over, and then also like what were your like emotions going into that first game. So let's talk about like how did you feel like going from fast pitch to kind of the MLW style. Like how did you feel about those first few games?
Um, to be honest, I was more worried about hitting than anything, just because the ball moves a little bit different, even though like the speed is different, but like it just moves different.
Mhm.
Because we don't use balls that are scuffed up. And the guys that do use scuff that we play against, it's still different because they like cut the ball literally instead of just scuff it. So that was what I was really most worried about. It just took a little bit of time to like be able to see the ball better, not necessarily even hit it, just to like see it. And Kyle is not an easy first pitcher to face.
Right.
So
You're going
um,
against. I mean, he's been like top three in ERA, like
yeah,
especially like against the competition's only gotten better and better, and he's still top three
right.
every year, and so it's not a easy introduction point. Not like anybody would be, but like
No, that's like going
especially
to
not Kyle.
that's like going to face like a top 3 Cy Young candidate in the MLB your first game. So
you, your first person you go up against is Clayton Kershaw or like Justin Verlander.
exactly,
Like,
someone that's
just
been there forever. Um, yeah. So yeah, that was probably like my biggest worry. I mean, fielding was just kind of like it's more natural, I guess, to like throw to first. So it kind of like brought back baseball. Um, I mean, it's just a little different, I guess. That wasn't really too big of a problem. But yeah, that was really my biggest worry. I was super nervous though. Oh my gosh, so nervous when I first started, and then I started to settle in a little bit. So
that's good. I
yeah,
was gonna ask you about that. Is like, did you like what was going through your head during the first game? Were you like, oh, please just don't get embarrassed in front of 200,000 plus on the internet? Like,
I mean, yes and no. Like I knew that going in, I was like, all right, well, you're gonna be on a big stage now, so that didn't really bother me. Like I embarrass myself all the time. You guys will see it as the season goes on. Like I always embarrass myself. When you video, I don't know if he'll put it in there. That's pretty funny. Yeah, I'm not worried about embarrassing myself. I'm just super competitive, so I guess embarrassing myself is like doing things that aren't great. So I guess that's kind of was my worry too.
yeah,
I just wanted to do well and I wanted to win. So and I haven't met Tommy or Trevor or Brendan was there too. So I was just trying to like prove to them, hey, I belong here. I can play. So yeah.
yeah. You gotta. It's like both proving yourself and like also like you're meeting everybody for the first time. Like,
Right.
I
Yeah.
saw.
Like
I mean,
legit.
like Jimmy was there as well. Like I know
Yeah.
Brendan was there. Brendan Jorgensen was there from like the live. And so
Yeah,
like that,
Liam
a lot
Jackson
of
was
people were
there.
there.
Yeah, so it was cool. It was awesome to get to meet all those people that were there, because it would have been, not that I wasn't happy to meet everybody that was playing, but like everybody else that was there too, it was cool to meet most of those guys. So
Yeah,
they're
that's good.
awesome too. So cool. Great guys.
Yeah, I mean, I've pretty much, they're all in the Discord now, pretty much.
Yeah.
I've had, I don't know if Chris was there, but like I had a 5 hour long conversation with Chris one time.
Oh, that's
Like
awesome.
me and Chris were, I was doing finals, so I had to finish a final, and so I was staying up till like 4 a.m. And I have no idea what Chris was doing, but I think he was just playing the show and just talking to me, and so I had a great conversation with him. Shout out Chris. Yeah.
That's
Um,
awesome. I'm excited to meet him too. I haven't met him yet, so.
I guess another aspect of the MLW is kind of the community. Um, when you get into like, you had your two wiffle ball leagues, like you don't have as many like people interacting with you, I would say.
Yeah.
Not to the same level. So how is your like introduction to the fans, especially you're on the team with Mallard's Y with Declan, like
Yeah.
Declan, like the biggest Instagram fan account for the MLW. So how is that kind of like the fans and everything work in with you? Are you excited to go tournaments and things like that?
Yeah, I'm super excited. I love all that kind of stuff. It's Declan's awesome too. We message a lot. And he's a cool kid. I like him a lot. So I'm excited to meet more fans and stuff, and haters. I know there's some out there. So um, everybody I accept. I don't ever hate against anybody. So I know it's all in fun and games, but I'm excited to meet more fans for sure, because I really only know a handful that have like actually reached out to me, and like here and there in the Discord. It'll be nice to like put some names to faces and everything. So
Yeah, for sure. Unfortunately, I am way too far away. I'll have to drive.
maybe someday.
I'll have to drive up someday, but like at the moment, like I'm just if there's a tournament, maybe in the fall I'll get to come up, but like summer right now is like a no go.
Yeah, I feel that.
So
Busy summers.
yeah, because speaking to the fans, like you can be like an absolute legend of the community, like Gus. Like Gus has barely played a game, and
Right.
he probably has more clout than like people who have been playing the league for like 3 or 4 years.
Oh,
And like
Gus. I'm excited to meet
Gus
Gus.
could do no wrong. Like,
Hmm.
and then you have guys like Neil, who's probably one of the nicer people in the league, and literally that man gets so much unnecessary hate just for playing with Dan. And
Right.
it's not he had a bad season last year, and
Hmm.
like I did the comment videos and like reading back, and like dude, Neil and Brendan Schultz get so much unnecessary hate, and both of those guys
I've
are
seen a
really
couple comments like that. So my
yeah.
goal is to try to minimize those as best as possible, but I know they're gonna happen. So
Oh yeah, yeah.
right.
It's it's gonna be at the end of the day. There are gonna be some people who don't like you, people who do like you, but you know what? You're probably not get as much consistent hate as Drew Davis. So and Drew loves it. So
Yeah, I'm just gonna kill him with kindness. Kindness.
yeah,
So that's okay. I'll be nice to them, so then they feel bad about it, I
right. You want to be so nice to them that they just feel bad for picking on you, and
guess. That's
you know.
my goal. That's gonna be my goal now.
Oh man. So kind of get into other things. Do you think so you're a collegiate athlete, which I don't think a lot of people probably know about in the first place, seeing as like
Hmm.
not a lot of know about you. So like, do you think playing collegiately helps you like feel your competitiveness, and how is it like being a collegiate athlete? Because you play golf for your college, right?
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
So, I guess to answer your question real quick, I'm super competitive. Now golf sometimes is a little bit. I've been playing golf my whole life. And I had a chance to play out of high school and college, and I chose not to because I wasn't really feeling the college athlete life. It's not easy for people that are thinking to play college
mhm.
sports. It's a job, so like it can be a lot of work. Which that's not to like steer anybody away, but Like if you are gonna do it, like you got to really want to do it. And at first, I did not want to do it at all. And then when I came home, I'd reached out to the school I was going to go to, like, hey, what's the situation with the golf program? And I talked to the head coach, and he was like, yeah, we'd love to have you. And yeah, it kind of fuels my fire a little bit just because I'm a competitor, like pretty much everywhere. You can even ask my girlfriend. We compete in everything. She's a D1 athlete.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so yeah, we butt heads a lot on a lot of things. She practices wiffle ball with me every once in a while.
Cool. And what sport does she play?
She plays soccer at the University of Toledo. So
wow.
Yeah, we're a very competitive couple. So not many things that we do are not in competition. And you'd be surprised at what we can compete against because it's the littlest thing, but we take it pretty serious. So
dude, my best friend that I go to. So I go to an NAIA school as well.
okay,
You go
yeah,
to Lords. I go to probably, and then the thing is like the NAIA is so vast. Like
yeah,
there's so many people. So I wouldn't be surprised if you've never heard of this college. But I go to Milligan University, and we play
I
in the.
have heard of that before.
You have, okay. We play in the
Yeah,
AAC
yeah.
with Reinhard,
Mm-hmm.
Truett, and a bunch of other schools. But yeah, that's my college or that I went
Okay.
to. So if you've ever met any of the guys that play golf from there, they're pretty swell guys.
I don't know anybody that plays, or I haven't met anybody that plays golf there, but I have heard of that college before. So
Yeah, cool. But I was saying my best friend is actually going to get his doctorate from Toledo. So I'll
oh,
probably
really?
be up there and visit.
Yeah, that's like
So
20 minutes from my house. Not even.
no way. Cool.
Yeah,
That is
I live
so
right by there.
no way. That
Yeah,
is
Sylvania's like 20 minutes west of Toledo.
oh wow, yeah, because it's isn't Toledo like right next to like really close to the lake also?
Yes, yeah, it's right next to Lake Erie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That is super cool. So yeah,
Yeah.
you're very
Did I lose you again?
do you hear me? Hello?
Yep, I got you. I got you.
Okay, cool. Cool. I was like, oh gosh. Um how far are you driving to Brighton from Slovenia?
It's actually not as bad as people think. So I'm literally dead south of Brighton, like legit. I literally go straight north. I live right by 23, which is a highway, and it
Mhm.
goes straight to Brighton. So I literally live like 55 minutes ish away. So
Oh
it's not
wow.
terrible. Yeah,
So
it's
you're
not as bad as people
closer
think.
to Brighton than Drew is currently, because Drew is in
Yeah,
GR. He's in Grand
and all the
Rapids.
guys from Trenton are farther away from me too. So
Wow.
found
So
that out.
that's interesting because I remember people bringing that up. Like, I was like, oh, he's from Ohio, but you're in fact closer than a lot of the guys who
Yes,
currently play in the
because I
league.
saw some people were worried about my availability, and I'm like, well, I'm in college and it's summer. I have nothing, so I'm okay with driving an hour.
Yeah. Other than probably like your work
Yeah,
when you're
other than
working.
work, I mean, I'm pretty flexible with what I can do. So,
So are you practicing golf during the summer as well? Probably. Do you have like summer
I
stuff to
mean,
do?
practice is, I guess, a very loose term for me in the summer. And even during the season, like, I just kind of like to show up and play. And I honestly play better that way if I think less about it,
Yeah.
just because I've played my whole life. So, like, practice, I mean, it is important for those of you listening. But I do not like practicing. So I normally just get more frustrated because it's golf practice, like outside of putting, is like super hard to like replicate on the course just because you never have the same shot over and over. So it's like I'd rather just play for practice than sit on a range for 2 hours and hit golf balls because I spray the ball a lot anyway. So I'm probably not going to be on a perfect fairway lie every single time.
Mm,
So I hate practicing those because like that doesn't happen very often. So yeah, I'm not a pro or anything. I
right.
mean, maybe if I did that all the time, like I'd maybe, but yeah, I don't
I
have
mean,
time.
maybe you could like one day become at that level where you can get place last in
Yeah,
a PDGA tour and get $100,000. So
that would be pretty sweet. I don't know. That's a long way away from my skill level right now.
Yeah, I don't know if you know this, but I'm actually technically also a collegiate athlete.
Oh, you
Um,
are? What
yeah,
sport?
I play disc golf, so
Oh, awesome.
I
That's
feel your pain about practice. The thing is that I've not played disc golf all my life, so I've really just
yeah.
started hitting my stride. I went to nationals for disc golf this past
Oh, I
was
think
it
I saw
April?
that. Did you talk about that in Discord or something?
Yes. So a
I
bunch of
thought I
guys
saw
from
that.
Toledo and did come down, and my group played with them.
Oh,
One,
awesome.
not me, but I knew guys who played with them.
Yeah.
There was one guy who was really cool, and apparently one guy who was not cool at all.
Oh,
So
that's not.
if yeah, I don't know their names, but this is what my buddy said. But
Okay, I'll have to look that.
I did play nationally in the collegiate level for disc golf, and I
That's
placed the
awesome.
best of my team. So
Oh,
in singles,
congrats.
not in doubles, in singles. So
Congrats. That's awesome.
thank you, I appreciate it. So yeah, I feel your pain though. Like putting, you can really replicate, but like there's so many like factors going into like your drives, and it's
Yeah.
like and I will say I've played a little golf, but I really like disc golf more because I feel like I don't know how you feel about this, but I feel like I can see what I do immediately wrong when uh I like throw like when I throw a disc and it just goes absolutely crazy. It's like, yeah, I know what I did. How does that
Yeah.
like translate for you as a golfer? Like what like when you
Well,
hit
I've been
shot and you're
playing
like,
for so long, I know.
mhm.
And most people know as well that are watching me because I'm very, very animated. So I will sometimes toss a club here and there. Um, so yeah, I it's just because I get very annoyed quickly with golf since I've been playing for so long, which doesn't make sense because I don't like to practice. So you would think that I would know that I'm not going to hit a good shot every time, but I still expect that. So
Right, right,
there are a few club throws and some words that go under my breath
right.
that probably aren't good.
Nice
But
prayers to the Lord, of
yes,
course.
exactly. The golf gods
The golf gods, yes.
that just don't like me. I don't know why they just don't like me, but
Okay, so you, I did a little research. So do you currently go to college for? I saw middle school education, correct?
correct. Yeah,
And I noticed this that your Twitch name was
I lost you again, but yes, it is Coach Irwin. I'm not sure if you're muted or something.
maybe my mic is just like
No, I
off.
got you now.
Okay, um, so what are kind of your like future plans? Like, of course, after you become a living legend in the MLW, win 20 rings, like
Yeah.
what are your plans after
Um.
university and college?
So I coach high school basketball right now. I coach girls freshman last year, and then I was an assistant for varsity and JV my first year coaching, which wasn't this past year, the year before. So my goal is to teach and coach, and then maybe become like an athletic director at some point down the road. I don't know yet. Kind of just depends. So yeah, that's kind of my plan right now. I mean, I'm kind of already halfway doing it, I guess, if because
Yeah.
I'm coaching already. So I'm already halfway there. I mean, I only have one more year left of school, so I'm
Oh
getting
wow.
close. Yeah, I know I'm getting there. I'm
Yeah.
getting old.
Getting old. You'll probably be looking soon to like figure out where exactly you want to be for a while,
Yeah, I mean,
buy
I
a
want to
house or
stay
something.
here,
Okay.
so that's why I came back partially. Um, I want to teach in the same school system that I went, which is Slovenia.
Wow,
So
that's
I
super
won't be
cool.
far away. So
Yeah.
hopefully I can play a little longer. We'll see how that goes with wiffle ball and everything. If um, my girlfriend continues to let me do that, she's a saint for going with me to all these things. So I appreciate, and she has to hear me talk about it all the time, and she
That's
lets
so
me.
funny.
She has to remind me that it's not wiffle ball time. So
Oh, I have that with my fiance. Like she has to
oh,
like she
congrats.
loves yeah, thank you, thank you. we talk about, I do have to spill my guts about like the stuff I really love, like disc golf and wiffle ball, and she has to remind me like it's okay. Like I don't really know much about what you're talking about, but I really enjoy hearing you talk about it.
The good thing
Um,
is the golf
yeah,
part, she likes to golf now. So
that's good. That's good.
she's competitive. She doesn't like to hear about the wiffle ball stuff all the time because she's not very good at it. So she's okay at golf now. So
Okay,
she
that's
wants to
good.
get better at that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of like it's when you're when you want when you're I always like hate doing stuff that I'm not good at because I know I'm
Yeah.
not good at it, but I'm really competitive and I know I could be good at it, but I was like I don't have the time to
Yeah.
become the best at it.
I agree. 100%.
I do have fond memories though, like I referee. I've never been a
Ooh,
coach.
awesome.
I refereed for gosh, probably 9 to 10 year olds, 9 to
Yeah.
11 year olds for rec basketball for
Ooh.
4 or 5 years. Oh yeah,
Basketball.
you'll get an earful. Like
Oh yeah.
um,
Parents are crazy.
parents parents are like I did upward basketball, so that's like church basketball,
Yeah.
and you'll be surprised to see like people from church and then people from rec. They go to church, but like their attitude and the way they talk to refs and like the coaches and things like that completely different.
Oh,
And
100% agree.
they're
It is
they
so
are
bad.
they're nasty. I usually like will chirp back at them. That's the best way I've found is like as a referee,
Mm-hmm.
if like someone is talking to you and saying you missed a call, you just really quickly like say, no, I didn't. And they
Yeah.
usually will not say anything back to you
Right.
because a lot of times parents will yell at you because they know you can't do anything back. But if you talk back to them, then they're more like, oh, I don't want to have a conversation with this person.
Right. Yeah.
So that's
I
fun.
understand as a coach what you go through. So that's I
Well,
don't
you're the one
argue with
yelling.
referees very much just because I know. So
Yes. It's tough because you're making split second decisions.
yeah.
Um, and especially in middle school, like this is probably like a lot of people's like where parents are have the time to be most involved,
Yeah.
and like the games are really competitive because you don't have like Brianna Ionescu like level of people out there, or
Yeah.
so like the games are really close and really competitive,
Yeah.
and so
Totally
parents
agree.
get really into it.
They just need to realize that not you not you specifically, all referees don't show up trying to screw somebody over on purpose.
Oh yeah,
They kind of
they're
seem to think that way, and it's like they obviously did not want a certain team to lose when they showed up here today. So yeah, it's just frustrating sometimes. Parents are kind of crazy. The younger they are, the worse, I think.
yeah, that's true because that's their baby. That's their
Yes,
baby.
it's like, oh my gosh, they're 9 years old.
Especially little Southern babies, like that's my baby. Like the whole whale Southern. Oh gosh,
Yeah, I lost you again. I got you. I can hear
all right, cool, cool.
you.
So, any other goals? Do you have any goals for this upcoming MLW season? Um, did you come in like expecting like, oh, I want to like be top contender for Rookie of the Year, or I want to bat at least 250? Like, did you have any goals like that coming into the season?
I mean, really, I didn't think about individual stuff. I kind of just wanted to like focus my. I've never been like one person to like think about individual stats, because honestly, I didn't have great individual stats when I was growing up. I was kind of more like a team like glue guy, and so that's kind of the way I just like to play it. And I was a point guard too in basketball, and most point guards aren't scoring guards. So like I just like to share the ball and like be a good facilitator. So I've just like my big goal is to get to the playoffs and then play for a World Series and maybe win one. Those are my goals really. I don't really have like individual. It'd be awesome for me to win those. Like, don't get me wrong, but it's not like I'm going in trying to be like, all right, I have to hit 270, I have to hit 6 home runs, I have to
Right.
have so many RBIs, I have to win Rookie of the Year. Like, I mean, there's a lot of good rookies from. I mean, you've seen some of them, so
Right.
it's a pretty tough class, and so was the last class. So
Yeah, you've got to follow up like if you want to like Nick Saylor levels of, you know,
right,
batting, Chris Cheatham was amazing on the mound. Jimmy Norp is very popular among fans. Like,
yeah,
it's a tough class to follow for
yeah.
sure.
And Nick Saylor's terrifying watching him at the plate. By the way, in person,
Yeah.
not even like just because he hits a lot, just like the way he stands there, and it's like, oh boy, all right, this kid's gonna
he
hit an absolute nuke here. All right, got it. It's
both
pretty much
I've
like,
noticed that like both Kyle and Nick's batting stance it has to be super intimidating
yeah,
because like the way they both stand and like rip the ball, like every time they hit a ball, it's always going towards the fence half the time. Like they don't hit like
yes,
little skimpy shots at the middle. Like no, the ball's coming right at you.
yeah, and it's very intimidating for sure. I got to work on my batting stance. I'm not very intimidating at
Yeah,
the plate, so
gotta
I gotta think of something creative for next series. I'll think of something. I'll throw
yeah, you gotta
something.
think of something. Maybe like do a Trevor Bauer,
Or I
like
don't know if you remember Kevin Youkilis or not.
no, no.
He literally would point the top of the bat at the pitcher. It was so weird. It
Oh
was like
wow.
he was a great hitter. He was awesome. He played for Boston, I believe. So,
Oh
but yeah.
wow.
hmm
Hmm. Point the
I'll have
bat.
to get creative. Like combine a couple batting stances and
Yeah,
make it
yeah, yeah.
be funky. Maybe twirl the bat around a couple times mid pitch.
Do
We'll
you
see.
gotta do some of the show like bat flips in between, like when you swing and a miss or something. Like
Yeah, I'll figure something out. We'll see. I'll
gotta,
be
and
creative.
then do you have your own bat flip ready? For this season,
Yeah.
like there's a lot of great bat flippers.
So that's the funny. Like I am terrible at bat flips. One because like, all right, I definitely have like a few in mind that I want to do, but like in the game, like I forget to do them. Like I've had so many games where like, oh, like that was a great opportunity for a bat flip, and I just like I'm like worried about getting to first base for some reason when I make contact. I it could be an absolute no doubter, and I'm sprinting to first base, and I've already let the bat go by the time that happens. So then it's like, well, I don't have anything to flip now.
Yeah,
So I got to work
next
on
time pick up the base and then flip the base.
that. Flip, just fling the base in the air. Oh,
Yeah,
see how that goes.
yeah. See,
I might get kicked out of the league for
you
that.
might get ejected. I don't know if you get kicked out of the league. You might get ejected.
I don't need Tommy to be mad at me either. So
Right, that's true.
no, Tommy, he's hilarious. I like him a lot.
Yeah, Poglin, as he's commonly known now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I've seen that in Discord.
Yes, Tommy has quickly become a fan favorite again because not like he wasn't, but like his last name has become synonymous now. So,
I can see why he's awesome. He's a easy person to be a fan of.
oh yeah, he's such a genuine guy. I think
Yeah.
he's probably like one of the favorite managers, and I think like honestly like uh people really look up to him, especially like because they see him as like one of those developing managers. I think like people from what I've
Oh
talked to, like
yeah.
I don't have like opinions because I love everybody pretty much.
Yeah.
I try not to be like controversial with my opinions, but I think like
I lost you. So I agree probably with what you're saying, but
two
oh
guys who are managers that like people really look up to because they pick guys and then develop them really well, or
yeah.
who just like improve dramatically. So
And
I
they put in a ton of work. I don't know if like people know like the process of getting everything ready and doing everything after games. Like I saw it for the first time because I got there kind of early for our last series, and mad props. It's not an easy thing to do, let
yeah,
alone
there's
play a wiffle ball game on top of it. So
yeah, I think there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that I think hopefully the Patreon will show that like, a little more, but
oh
like
yeah,
there's a
you
lot
guys
of
will see
work.
it. It's I give them a lot of I didn't realize it. Like I mean I knew they did stuff, but like it's crazy what they have to do, and I mean it's awesome. It turns out great. So, but I don't know how they play wiffle ball so well and then do all that on top of it, because I have ADD, so I would be very, very distracted the whole time. I would probably be terrible.
Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
Sorry. Someone called me in the middle and I completely lost everything.
Oh, it's okay. You need me to re-say
You're,
something?
yeah, restate what you're talking about. Sorry.
I was just saying how I wouldn't be able to do what they do and play well because I have ADD. So I would be thinking about too many things. Like I need like four, like maximum of 2 to 3 things that I can think about at one time for me to be able to like function. So
Right.
it's normally a step-by-step process to get something done. Even like, no, it could be the most simple thing ever. Like I forget so many things. Oh my gosh. I'd forget my butt if it wasn't attached somewhere. It would be so bad.
Oh
I'm
gosh.
terrible at that. So
I feel that a little bit. Like I was always the kid like who just like couldn't sit still
oh
and like
yes.
pay attention.
I
Like for a
have
long
been
time I
before.
couldn't do that. I'm a lot better now. Like graduated cum laude. Not gonna brag or anything, but
Oh, solid. Congrats. That's awesome.
pretty solid.
Yeah, that's
I
good.
could have done better, but had to get out of there.
we won't give you a hard time for that.
Thank you, thank
Kumlada
you.
is pretty good.
Yeah, thanks. um, let's see. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, I got one. Is there any team in particular that you are excited to play? Um, I know like the Wildcats is probably not the first team you wanted to go up against, but like, is there like any team that, or maybe like not a team on the schedule that you're really excited to play?
I mean, I'm excited obviously to play everybody, but I mean, I've been talking with Warda a lot. Um, just like on the stream, and I played with him one time, and then he's friends of, so we're like friends of friends. Like he knows someone that I grew up with. He went to college with them, so I'm excited to meet him. So probably the Preds, but I mean, I met Jimmy already. I'm excited to play them. I think we played both of them. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you'll play.
The
Yeah, you. I think
Eagles,
you play the Preds.
Gators, and
Yeah,
then
D-backs.
Diamondbacks and Preds. Yeah. So the Preds are definitely up there for who I would want to play just to meet. But honestly, our schedule, I mean, everybody's schedule is kind of a gauntlet because everybody's so good. There's like
Yeah,
no
especially
really bad team. Um,
yeah.
I
There's
mean,
definitely not a bad team. There's definitely teams that have weaknesses in a
yes,
way,
100% agree with you. Like the
but
Eagles, like I know that series already come out, so I can talk about it. But
yeah,
like losing 3-0 to the Diamondbacks, like is not like, not that I'm saying that I'm surprised. Like that's not like something to like ruin like your season on, because I think they're probably one of the favorites
oh
to
yeah,
win, um if not the favorite by most people. So yeah, like, and it's not like the Eagles are worse than the Diamondbacks by any means. They also had young players and the weather wasn't great. So
yeah.
and Dan didn't have his best game. So I mean,
It's
if
the
Dan plays well,
it's especially for you guys, your series and the Eagles, like it's the first game of the series and you're playing a contender for the World
right,
Series.
right,
Like
exactly.
it's tough. There's nerves. You haven't played in a while. Like
Oh
it's
yeah,
not.
the nerves are real.
It's. I'm sure as you go along during the season, like it gets a little better, and then the nerves will ramp up again for the playoffs.
Yeah,
So it's a whole cycle.
yeah. I like the nerves. It makes you play a little more serious. Like, not that I'm not playing serious, but like it makes you lock in a little bit more. So
Yeah, and
I
you're
like that.
playing with guys who have played in the league for a long time, and this means like so much to them. Like
Yeah,
there are guys who have not won a World Series in like you know
yeah.
four
Oh,
or
I
five
get it.
years, and this is the probably one of the most legendary times to win a season. So like it's the most
Yeah.
competitive. Um, so like people are so itching to win this World Series out of all
Oh
of them.
yeah. I want it. I want it bad. So does
Yeah.
so does Tommy and Trev. So
Get
we
that
want it pretty bad.
sweet interview in the for the documentary. So,
Yeah, exactly. We want one of those. We want a doc.
yeah. Um, it would be cool. I mean, because you gotta also like my dream is that like you all will play the Cobras for the
Oh
World
yeah,
Series because like there will definitely be two docs no matter what or something
yeah,
like it would be like if you win you get a doc and the Cobras are gonna get a doc.
yeah.
So like it's gonna be amazing. Like I'm so excited for this
That would
season.
be crazy because we're the two teams that didn't make it last year, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, that would be crazy. And
Yeah,
our
I'm trying.
team's like basically like reinvented because I mean Trevor didn't play as much as he's going to this year. Um,
Yeah, you lost the OGs. You lost
yeah,
Noah and
Davrico and Steve, right?
right, Steve.
Yeah, some dudes too. I wish I could have met
Yeah,
them, but
they're I think Noah's probably one of my favorites. One of my favorite people that I've watched. I've never had a conversation with him, unfortunately.
someone said I kind of looked like Steve because of how tall I was because he was tall too. So they were like comparing our
Wasn't he like 6'4" or like 6'5" or something?
yeah, and I'm like 6'3". Everybody thought I might be 6'4" in cleats. I don't know, but
Okay,
yeah,
with
like
shoes on.
I look taller. Yeah, with shoes on maybe. It depends on what I'm wearing. It depends on the time of day too. You shrink as the day goes on. So
Seen too much. The filming on the live was a little blurry.
yeah,
Would you classify yourself as more of like a contact or a power hitter? Um,
if you would have asked me last year, I would have said contact. I don't know if you've seen like any of the stats from my other league. Um, I've my first 2 years combined, I hit 6 home runs, and through 2 weeks of this year, I have 9. So I don't really know. I guess hopefully both would be awesome, but yeah, I mean,
yeah,
I don't mind hitting for contact. Like I don't have to hit home runs I mean, they're awesome. Don't get me wrong, but you got to get on base too.
yeah,
Solo shots don't win you games, unfortunately. So
yeah.
all the
But
time.
luckily, you're playing with Trevor, who is a really
Oh yeah,
good, who
he gets
is
on base a
probably
lot.
he has one of the best eyes.
Oh
Um,
yeah, he's
because
good.
he can get the walks, but he can also hit for power. I know people haven't seen it on the games, but like all of the tournaments, like Trev showed out.
Yeah.
Like if
Oh yeah, you guys are in for a treat watching Trevor. He's good. He's really
yeah.
good.
And then Tommy is probably like one of the best consistent hitters in the league. Like
Yeah,
yeah,
Tom's really good, and he's
he
like
had
battling an injury right now. So
yeah, he had an off year last year too, and like was still like getting hits like every single game, like
right,
at least two every game. So
yeah, Tom's really good.
yeah, Tommy probably one of the more underrated because you kind of don't think about like you everybody talks about Kyle and Cratched,
Mm-hmm.
but not a lot of people talk about how good Tommy has been because people have been focusing at least last year from what I was telling like people are like oh Tommy's not hitting as many home runs oh Tommy has lost his pitching blah blah
Yeah,
but
yeah. I mean,
people have been definitely dogging the Mallards for a little while.
I feel like too, like not this is a bad thing, but like a lot of team, like more, I guess the other teams that get the more, I don't know, like hype are like the more like kind of flashier teams. And I'm
Yeah,
not
for
saying like the
sure.
Mallards are like we're not boring, but like we're kind of like the under the radar guys, I guess, that like do the little things that help win. So like we're kind of like a sneaky good, I guess. Like people expect like we kind of have like sneaky numbers, I guess, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like in terms of like average and everything from what I saw last year. So like we don't really have like that flashy like Jimmy Norp the other day was like 7 for 10 or something with a cycle. Like that's
Yeah,
crazy. Like
insane.
Yeah, that's like nuts.
They're
I'm not
they're
saying that
they're
that's
big
easy.
personalities and big emotions, kind of
Right.
like.
Like, and we're pretty like all pretty like even keel guys. Like we don't like freak out or anything. And
Which is kind of a good thing. Like you guys are pretty much gonna
yeah,
claw back. Like I guess we can talk about the live, but like you guys came down from an almost perfect game
yeah,
to
yep.
win that game.
That's
Like
crazy.
I don't know, like imagine I mean also Kyle who almost pitched a perfect game and then lets up a lead and then loses the game and over like
Yeah.
that's one. I mean, it's Kyle, which he's always going to bounce back, but like that's got to be pretty. Like that's really it shows a lot of character and like a lot of like tenacity from you guys to be able to do that.
Yeah, it would have been really easy just to roll over, but it's not how we operate. So you never know what can happen. And with it only takes one swing sometimes
Oh yeah, for
to
sure.
change everything. How that game works, but that's how it is. So it makes it interesting. So
Yeah,
if whoever hasn't watched it, you should go watch it. I mean, the video will come out Friday, but the
yeah.
live
I'll
is
probably upload it Friday so we don't have to worry about like getting in
okay.
trouble.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah,
Yeah,
if you're listening and you haven't watched it yet, I would 100% go watch game one. It's awesome.
yeah. It's very exciting. I'm excited for the rest of the series. I'm not gonna ask you about it because
It's all
we'll
right.
talk.
I won't tell you any
Yeah,
spoilers.
I'll DM you later afterwards and see how you feel about it. How about that?
Okay.
Yeah,
That's fine. Anybody, if you want to DM me after the video comes out with questions, I'll be
yeah.
more than happy
We'll
to answer anything.
yeah. And I'm glad you're also getting pretty active. Like on, I know the streams happening. We're filming this on Tuesday,
Yeah.
so the stream happening tomorrow. And you were on it before playing COD, and
Yeah.
Alec was getting so angry.
I know. I
Oh,
felt
dude.
bad. We were playing so bad.
Yeah,
And I'm
especially
not
on
great.
stream,
Yeah.
dude. I played OG Black Ops 2.
Oh, yeah. Black Ops 2 is a great game.
I'm not as good as I was.
Yeah.
Uh,
I was a big Black Ops, like, original one, too. Like, when I was in middle school, like, I'd come home right after school and play that. It was so awesome.
Dude, here's a throwback. I used to play MW3 on a Wii with
Oh,
motion controls.
oh no way.
Yeah,
Wow.
dude. I used to play that. It's awful. Don't ask me how I was able to play it, but I played it with like I didn't even get like a controller. Like I played it with religiously with motion controls.
Wow. I will never play you in that version of my life. Because you would probably kill. I'd be so bad. I'd be terrible.
Yeah.
I struggle with the. Oh,
Oh yeah, dude. I do too. I've been playing so much like keyboard and mouse games. Like I play
Yeah.
Valorant, CS. Like, those are my big games now.
Yeah.
It's
I'm not a great video game like in general, unless it's like I have a great Mario like sense. Like I love Mario games. I don't know why.
the
I just love them
Super Mario Maker and stuff like that.
Yes, like, and if you ever want the works in Mario Kart, let me know because I will
All right.
destroy anybody. I love Mario Kart.
I've got you, dude. Like I'll play. I haven't
I've got the Switch, so anybody that wants to play me, just let me know.
dude. I wish does Warda have a Switch? We gotta play on stream or something.
I don't know. I'll have to ask him. That'd be sweet. I
That
don't
would
know
be
like how that works. Oh yeah, because he can hook it up to his computer probably.
you just need so all you need for that is you need an HDMI or like an Elgato.
Oh yeah.
And you split it. So you split it halfway between so one input goes into the Switch and the other input goes into the computer, and then you just put it into OBS and it works.
Yeah, I mean, if Warda's got that, that'd be awesome. I bet he would 100% play too.
I know. We just and
He'd
then I
play.
would put Frenzy on red shells and just like
Oh
watch
yeah.
madness ensue.
Items have to be on Frenzy for it to be fun. I
Oh,
mean, unless you're in first and getting blown up by blue shells all the time. That's sometimes mean. It varies.
it's a little mean, but it is
Hey,
Mario
it's
Kart.
part of the game.
It's part of the game. Well, I think that's gonna do it for us. Thank you so much for coming on, Caden. I know we've had a little technical difficulties, but it's been
Hey,
super
that's all
cool to
right.
talk to you. Is this your first podcast with people, or like talking to like?
I had one with Declan.
Yeah, I was like, I hope I wasn't first before Declan, because like
Yeah,
otherwise
we were
Declan
like
might
it was
kill
like
me.
a 25, 30-minute one or something. I
Okay.
forget how it was, probably closer to a month ago. But yeah, it was awesome talking to him. It was nice to talk to you too for the first
Yeah,
time.
it's good to talk to you. I've only gotten to talk to like a few guys with podcasts and stuff, so it's good to
Yeah.
talk to you as well. And I hope people will get to know you a little bit more and get you acclimated to the league more, especially since
Yeah.
you're kind of on your own out there in Sylvania. So
I know. I kind of feel like an outsider a little bit, but
yeah.
that's why
Hopefully
I'm
you
trying
get
to get more involved.
yeah,
Meet some
for
more
sure.
people.
Got to
So
get those Ohio tournaments and then get the locals with you and you can bring up your own friends or something.
yeah, that'd be awesome. I'm looking forward to being able to play in some tournaments that we have in MLW whenever those drop or we figure out when those will be.
Yeah.
That'd be
It's
awesome.
gonna be soon because CDC is got their guidelines. So I
Yep,
mean,
coming
once
soon.
everything's coming back to normal, so it's you guys should be gearing up to have a huge year this year for sure.
Oh, I'm excited. I hope that it should be great turnouts too.
Oh,
So
yeah,
with everything kind of settling down a little bit. So
yeah. Well, thank you so
I
much
hope.
again, and yeah, this has
Thank you
been
for having me.
our one-on-one. Yeah, well, I'll talk to you later for sure, and I'll see you all later. So peace.
See ya.